Okay, here we have two different components that do basically the same job. So that one over there is what we call a flex plate, and this one is what we call a flywheel. So those are what's bolted onto the back of the crankshaft. Now, what's the difference? Well, they're both there to transmit that rotary motion into the transmission so that we can shift gears and turn a drive shaft and turn tires. That's the whole goal of an engine. So this flex plate is really light. It's steel and it's fairly light. And this is cast and really heavy. So why the difference? Okay. Well, this is for an automatic transmission. Okay. And it doesn't need to be heavy. Okay. Because what we have is a great big torque converter that's on here that's steel and has all the vanes inside and full of fluid. So it provides us this big heavy weight. It just needs to be steel so that it doesn't wear and the torque converter can bolt onto the flex plate. Okay, so we get our weight from our torque converter. What's the weight for? Momentum. Okay, so it takes a lot to keep an engine turning through all the strokes. We get a push on the combustion, but we have to keep it moving through exhaust intake and compression. Okay, so we need that weight. Okay, this one, however, would be for a manual transmission. So the clutch would go on here. And the clutch isn't as heavy as a torque converter, so we need the weight here. Okay, and then we need a nice machine surface here. Now this one's been painted and stuff for a shop engine, but this would normally be a nice machine surface where the clutch discs and plates would mesh on here and grab. Okay, so it's a friction surface. Both of them, you notice, have a big ring gear around them on the outside, and that's a spot where the starter can attach to. So we need to turn this engine, and we need a space to do that. So we have a small little starter gear turning this big gear here. We get a huge increase of torque, and we can take and crank that engine over and get it turning so we can get the process starting.